Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Today we're going to look at the price of Bitcoin and breakpoints by this Friday. This Friday, obviously, is the 29th of October, and it's the $3.2 billion options expiry. That's pretty huge, and that could mean a lot for bulls and bears. Bulls and bears, let me remind you, are always locked in a game of mortal combat for profits. So, the Bears really want it below 52,000, whereas the Bulls really want it above 60,000. We're obviously much closer to 60,000 right now. And if it were to end right now, it would end much better for the Bulls and Bears. Also, after these expiries and after like the futures and option expiries, Bitcoin price usually goes up. So I am going to guess like this weekend's going to be decently good for Bitcoin because after that it won't really matter anymore. The week leading up to the expiries, usually there's a lot of like trading going on. There's a lot of volume. And most of the times I've actually noticed that price actually goes down. So we're kind of like heading on that track. So after Friday the 29th, we could go up like 4 or 5, like 3 or 4,000 and hit Plan B's originally predicted price of 63,000 right on the dot. Man, that guy is good. And my guess is he actually does take a look at the futures and options expiry, and then he kind of goes off of that as well. So let's actually take a look at this. So if we land between $52,000 and $55,000, the net result is balanced between bulls and bears, which means neither makes a lot of money. So the thing is, something to note about this is like everyone thought the price would go up in October because remember, we ended September at 43,000, and even the bears at equal were actually betting on 52,000 or so. So even the bears thought we would go up this month. So everyone was kind of bullish this month, even the bears. So between 52 and 55,000, the net result is balanced between bulls and bears. Between 55 and 58,000, the net result favors bulls. Between 58,000 and 60,000, the net result continues to favor bulls by even a wider margin of 385 million. And above 60,000, the net result will benefit bulls by 715 million. So the thing is, like, I don't think there's much of a chance that we're going to actually get back to 52,000 or 55,000 even. I don't think we're going to get there. I mean, there is some chance that we fall below 55,000 and make out even by Friday. But most likely, we're going to be fighting between whether we end up between 58 and 60 or 55 and 58. So right now, we still could have some bearish momentum. Or we could be fighting for whether we end up between 55 and 58 or 58 and 60, or maybe even some of the bulls are trying to pull above 60 because remember, there's like $350 million at stake if it goes between 58 and 60 or above 60. So 60 is a huge break point, and the bulls will be pulling to try to get it above. The bears will be trying to pull it to get it below, and right now it's kind of stuck in the middle right there. So as shown above, the imbalance favoring either side represents the potential theoretical profit from the expiry. This crude estimate, this is from Cointelegraph, by the way, this crude estimate considers call options used in bullish strategies and put options exclusively in neutral to bearish trades. However, a trader could have sold a put option, effectively gaining a positive exposure to Bitcoin above a specific price. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to estimate this effect. Obviously, you can't actually estimate all the ins and outs, but this is basically a very general, like broad level type of thing. So the bears actually want to pin Bitcoin below 55, and I'm not really sure how they're going to do that. I guess there could be some FUD coming out, so watch out for FUD coming out basically tomorrow because the options expiry expires the day after tomorrow, so they have to do it within 24 hours. So if you're looking at a flash crash, you're probably looking at a flash crash of something around the area of $4,000 if you're looking for a flash crash, because that would actually balance out the bulls and the bears. I don't really think that'll happen. I think the bears are going to just try to nail it below 60K, and the bulls are going to try to get it above 60K. The bears might try to push it below 58K, but the bulls are definitely going for 60K. The difference between like 55 and 58 and 58 and 60 is only about $115 million, whereas the difference between 58 and 60 and above 60 is $350 million. So there's a much bigger break point at 60,000. So we're going to be fighting for that 60,000. My guess is like we're either going to be at 61,000 or above, or we're going to be at like 59, 58,000. My best guess is that we're probably going to be around 59, 60,000 by Friday. And after Friday, I think we'll go above 60,000 because after Friday, no one really cares anymore. And there's nothing holding it down. So bears really desperately want to hold it down below 60,000 by Friday, which is when all of them expire. Now, see, this is why I actually hate options trading, because you're essentially futures and options trading because they're technically always leveraged. And the problem with that is like, especially with some of the stuff, like you can actually have a huge effect on the price of Bitcoin without directly owning Bitcoin. Yes, I know all mature markets do actually have futures and options. I just don't really like it. I think like to affect the price of an asset, you should actually have direct exposure to the asset. I know I'm not a huge fan of all these invented financial vehicles. I think they're mostly BS and they're basically designed to manipulate the price of an asset without actually having to hold the asset and expand kind of like the ways you can actually gain exposure to the asset. Not a huge fan of that, but that's just the way the world works. So right now, I'm expecting something between 58 and 60,000 until Friday, and then after Friday, I'm expecting to go up above 60,000. And by the 31st, I expect Plan B's prediction to be about accurate because it'll only have like 2 days after Friday to really get up above 60,000. And I think 63 is not a bad bet come next Monday. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.